Hello Virgo, and welcome to your reading today. This is a reading for Virgo to a Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and cusp energy of Virgo. And if you don't know where those placements are, Virgo, there will be a free natal link in the description box down below for you to go and check out for yourselves. It's always worth having a bigger picture astrologically, knowing where your moon, your rising, your Venus in particular, because this is a love reading. So you may want to check out your Venus sign if you don't already know it, and you can then go and look at your other readings as well. This is a general love reading, so that means it's not going to resonate with all of you because it's not a personal read. If you are interested in a personal read, there is a email in the description box down below as well where you can contact me. So Virgo, I've lost my train of thought now. Let me get back to the reading. So yes, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and cusp energy of Virgo. Also, if you don't know where the cusps are, it's going to be at the beginning of Virgo, like the 0 degree of Virgo, moving away from the Leo energy, or you're going to be the other end of the Virgo at the 29 degrees and you're going to be moving into the Libra reading. So you may also want to check out either of those readings as well if you are on the cusp of your sign. So yes, we have one card. Sorry, before I forget, but always do this. Cross watchers. This is a reading also where you are going to be involved, because this is the deck of cards I will be using for you, and this is the deck of cards I will be using for Virgo. If it feels like the story is the other way around, then swap them over. Energy does what energy does, so however it comes out, however it resonates for you on a personal level, just swap it over. I personally will be saying Virgo for this, and cross watcher, or the person who Virgo has a energetic heart connection with at this time, and that can be a connection that is intellectual, it can be spiritual, it can be a physical relationship or a supportive relationship, it can be a sexual relationship, but it doesn't have to be. It can be a family member, it can be a friend, it can be somebody who has come back into your life. It can be many different things. So Virgo, interesting start to your read. We have the 10 of Cups as your overall energy card. I always pull one card from a set of deck, just the cups, and so this is the card that you got out. The 10 is itself a completion, but it's also a very joyous card, and you actually have it twice. But there's an interesting dynamic going on in this reading as well. So at the bottom of the deck we have the King of Cups, which is for me emotional intelligence, emotional maturity, reaching a place of coming from an understanding of your emotions, what makes you feel good, wanting to support others emotionally. Having the maturity to not rush into something as well. The King of Cups takes his time. Knows what he wants. Especially when he's upright, he knows what he wants, he knows what he doesn't want. And this could be your energy, Virgo. Again, this could be the person that you're connected to energetically here. But the 10 of Cups is a cup of joy, a card of joyousness, of emotional fulfillment, satisfaction. I see this as like the 8 cups here on the rainbow. It kind of represents the 8 of cups card for me, kind of all the hard work that you've had to go through, the kind of travails that relationships bring, their own difficulties, their paths, their lessons, emotional learning, growing. Because you also have the 2 cups here, which are on their own, and I see these 2 cups as being the 2 cups that come from each person who brings their own cup into the relationship. So overall, it is a card of happiness, great satisfaction. But the actual reading itself is starting off today. Let me just check and see what we have at the bottom. That's right. Okay, so yeah, we're starting the reading off with the 5 of fire here, or the 5 of wands. And I always see this card for me as a sense of something not going right. It's like she's very despondent, especially when she's upside down. It's like a card of disappointment, unhappiness. She always looks to me as though she's kind of plonked herself down. She's kind of not seeing the results she wants, not, and again, it's not gender specific, it doesn't have to be a she, it can be he's, she's, either. I'm just using the energy that's on the card. But there is a strong sense with this card of something not being all it was made out to be, or meant to be, or thought to be, is how this is coming through for me today. Usually I see it as a card of like all dressed up and nowhere to go type of energy. But today that's how it's coming through, is this sense of kind of lackluster, kind of lacking enthusiasm about something, almost like wilting, like a wilting flower is what I'm being told, like a wilting flower, like the energy being drained out of something or somebody. Because we then have the Queen of Water here, so I feel that it went from this energy of kind of having all that enthusiasm drained out of you, or this sense of desire or accomplishments, kind of giving up in a way, somebody who's kind of just giving up, who's doubting their abilities. And it goes into the Queen of Cups energy, where she's just kind of withdrawing on an emotional level. The Queen of Water. It's just like, if I just pull my energies back, if I just close my eyes, it will all disappear. Kind of belief or energy. Somebody who's kind of gone into their own head, or very deep down into their emotions, but they're just kind of almost like not wanting to see, not wanting to look, not wanting to, on an outward level, they're not wanting to look outward, they're wanting to look more inwardly in this card. And the next card that we have here, and as I'm doing this, I've just realised that I haven't explained how the cards are laid out. So the first 3 cards I have just picked up is your past energy, and your past energy can be from your recent past, it can be something from childhood, as far back as that, or it can be something just that's still connected to you on an energetic level. You're still connected with it, with that energy, and it is still manifesting in your present energy. It's manifesting your present energy now, which is going to manifest your future energy. So that's how I lay the cards out here, is 3 sets of 3 cards. And the Emperor today is coming through as an energy, and I'm just going to bring the Empress card in actually, because I'm kind of being shown that the 2 of these go together, both in reverse. Both cards in reverse. And what I'm being told here, and the message that kind of came through, and the words I got actually when I was kind of meditating earlier was the expression of don't know what you've got until it's gone. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here. It's like neither of you recognised each other's values or each other's strengths, or saw the real person here. Almost like you just saw what you wanted to see, rather than seeing each other for who you actually were in all your finery, your glory. It's kind of like all of this was like a, how can I put it, like a facade, like a play. That could be how it's feeling now. There's just this sense of, because when these 2 cards are upside down, they're very powerful. I mean, they are both very powerful energies. And when they're up the right way, they're kind of saying that they are an energy of being really kind of in your power, knowing who you are, knowing where you're coming from, knowing what you can and cannot achieve. And with the Empress energy, it's very much to do with kind of abundance and nurturing, all the female qualities, which also, you know, are masculine. I mean, again, female and masculine, it's like seeing both aspects of each other, and maybe that was something that wasn't being seen here. Because we both have both these kind of masculine and feminine aspects of our own personalities. And maybe these roles were very kind of stereotypical, or were meant to be played out in very, because I'm kind of getting this sense of acting out a role, and it's coming through like a stereotypical kind of connection, when really it should have kind of helped to bring out each other's best qualities. But unfortunately, for some reason, it didn't. And it feels like it could have well become a power struggle as well between the 2 of you. Here, Virgo. Like with the Emperor and Empress, both want to be seen for who they are, both want to be understood for their qualities, whether that's masculine or feminine qualities, whether it's kind of that strong strength, that protection, or whether it's more for that kind of nurturing, gentle. But it feels like something that was, it's like a misunderstanding on some level. At the very centre of the reading, and for me the centre card is always the most important because it's where all the energies come out and go into, so it's kind of like the most important card. We have the Four of Earth, and the Four of Earth is often seen as a very stubborn energy, of an energy of being stuck in something, of not wanting to change your mind or change your direction or change your opinion. It's kind of being very stuck in that place. It can also be an energy of, yeah, kind of wanting to keep that status quo, or it can be an energy of miserliness, of just kind of having what you've got and not looking to achieve any more or give any more. And that is an energy which can also stop things from actually expanding, and from kind of, and that's how it's feeling, that there was a lack of kind of growth from the center out. But for me, this card is also the Moth to the Flame card. It's like an energy of like with these two cards here, it's like they like two magnets attracting but at the same time repelling each other. So you would come together, but you would also kind of repel each other, kind of. Yeah, that's how it's kind of coming through. You would come together, but you would also possibly wind each other up the wrong way. Because we also have the Two of Water here as well in reverse. So it feels, because these are both Emperor and Empress energy, it does feel as though this is not finished, even though it's in reverse. It feels as though there is still like karmic connection or soulmate connection here. Twin flame connections, if you believe in that kind of thing. A connection that was meant to be, meant to happen. But not everything is. And this is the energy that that you're moving into here. With this Empress, this Four of Earth, and this Two of Cups. Feels like a sense of kind of wanting to change the dynamic, possibly with this card here as well in reverse, wanting to shift things, change things, move things. But the energy just keeps staying the same. Keep kind of swimming round and round and round in like the same fish bowl, if you like. Almost like you're on some level like bumping into each other, or that could also have something to do with this as well, that the energy, like both of you are very big energies, both of you are very larger than life characters maybe, and that's also possibly why you ended up in this kind of clashing relationship or environment where you can't kind of separate yourselves. That's how it feels. It feels like, you know, there is still this attraction, this kind of pulls you back towards it each time, because she does have this moth. She's holding her hands out here, and in her hands, I'll turn it up the other way, in her hand she does actually have this little moth that's kind of sitting there. I don't know if you can see that or not. That pink thing is a moth. So it's like not wanting to let something go here. And the energy that you're moving into in your future is the High Priestess energy, which is all about your inner understanding, your inner knowing, your instinctual, intuitive guidance, deeper subconscious, knowing. I just see this card as the knowing card, but it's in reverse. So something is being missed, something is not being recognized, something is not being taken notice of. It's almost like seeing something and then kind of turning your back to it, like glancing, like small glances of something on another level, on a deeper level. It's almost like it comes up to the surface and then you kind of like push it back down again. Oh, this is the energy that you are moving into. And interestingly, we have the Ten of Water. Again, as I was saying, that we do have this Ten of Cups twice. So it could be that you kind of find this happiness within yourself, within your own space. And maybe this is what you keep seeing, these glimpses of this like happiness, this knowledge, this knowing that this happiness is there. It's kind of within your grasp. But after this we have the Four of Water as well, which is kind of very much the opposite energy. This is more to do with unhappiness and sorrow, sadness, regret, things not feeling fulfilled. And it does kind of feel on some level as well, it's like big emotional swings from one extreme to the other, like up really high and then down really low. And maybe that's got something to do with this energy here as well. Kind of you get glimpses of this energy and then you kind of sink back down into this energy, because this is what I was feeling, was like sinking, this kind of sinking below the surface. And maybe that's to kind of find this happiness. But it does feel like it swings, extreme swings, possibly even like on some level almost like bipolar, like being really up and happy and joyful at one point and then kind of just really plummeting, sinking really low. But again, there is this kind of, you see here she's holding this pearl in her hand, and I kind of see that as somebody who's kind of offering the chance to see something clearer. But I'm also seeing it as this energy here, as this kind of High Priestess energy, that she's kind of holding this ball in her hand, this crystal ball type of thing, and saying, look, You know, this, you can see beyond this. You can see beyond. Or you can see what you need to see. And that could be past energy as well. It doesn't have to be looking into the future. Although a crystal ball is often seen as being something where you look into the future, it can also though relate to, like this reading, like past energy representing or kind of creating your present, which goes on to create your future. So that's how I'm kind of seeing this here. It could be that you will actually go and see somebody who's got this deeper insight and knowledge and understanding. Or it could be something that is coming out within you that makes you feel good, but then it also brings up stuff from the bottom. Like it dredges things up for you that you haven't maybe dealt with yet, Virgo. But it feels like highs and lows. Emotional highs and emotional lows. And also, we have the 9 on the bottom, the 9 of Earth, which is very much similar to this kind of energy as well, because this is to do with self-esteem. And I feel that when this energy, or both of these energies, are in reverse, it's kind of like the lower vibrational energies of these characters that are coming out or being seen or brought forth. And again, it has that kind of energy of it being like a very stereotypical, almost like a playing out a role. Like whoever was the man was the man, whoever was the woman type of energy. And that might have been okay to start with. But I feel as though it kind of, it didn't complete you. Because what you were doing, you were kind of trying to live out those other sides of your personality through that person, rather than through yourself, rather than through your own identity. So let's see what the cards here would like to confirm for the person that you have this connection with, Virgo. And there's definitely a very strong connection here. There's no doubt about that. Powerful connection. And I feel that both of you are learning lessons through this connection as well. Five of Rods. It's exactly the same. Oh, there you go. The 5 of Fire, or the 5 of Rods, 5 of Wands twice. Sorry about that glare. I might just turn that away a little bit. Might make it slightly better. There we go. That's a bit better. Yeah, I mean, very similar energies. Here you can see there's a lot of conflict, a lot of clashing of energies, which could also be within the individual rather than just like with somebody else, although it does feel as though it could well have been within the dynamic of this relationship. So you are both, again, kind of feeling both being frustrated, both not kind of feeling as though the other person maybe understood you. And that just caused a lot of inner conflict as well. Well, possibly an outer conflict at the same time. So there was this emotional kind of close down here. Oh, definitely. I have the Fool, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Moon in reverse. So one of you, this person possibly, decided to do something about it, decided to take a leap of faith here with this Fool and this Queen of Pentacles. Very much about nurturing energy, nurturing the self. It is the energy of the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. Your energy, Virgo. Very nurturing. Very much the queen of her domain, this energy. Very similar to the Empress energy in many ways as well. This is quite an earthy energy too, the Empress. All about kind of, for me, what the feminine actually means, to be feminine, to be a woman, what it all actually means. For the Empress energy. And then we have the Moon in reverse. And the Moon in reverse for me is always an energy of subduing the emotions, hiding the emotions. It's like the dark moon, hidden. Things are kept in the depth of the subconscious. Maybe even to the point where the person who's experiencing this doesn't know themselves what's happening with them. Things can be confusing. Not seeing things clearly. But it's over the top of this Queen of Water here. Queen of Water being the energy of all the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces. Very intuitive, very psychic on some level. The person may, or you yourself may be very tuned into things, because it feels as though this is what this person was doing. If this is your energy, Virgo, it was about kind of going within, withdrawing, tuning into something on a deeper emotional depth. But like I was saying, also kind of trying to kind of close out the outside world, which I feel this other person kind of jumped into, almost like they totally jumped into that outside world. So for this person, whereas you went more within and withdrawn, this person went more outwardly. Possibly looking for things outside of themselves to satisfy them. Good food, good clothes. Could also be an overabundance of things as well, like an overindulgence, particularly when the Empress card is upside down as well. There can be overindulgence, and with the Emperor energy here, not necessarily knowing when to hold back or when enough is enough. But if this person was looking to kind of find the answers outside, it didn't work. It just left them feeling more confused, not knowing. So this person could have gone on a spending spree as well. They could have just decided they were just going to overindulge in things. Or this could have been you, Virgo, that decided to do that. But we have the World over the top of the Emperor energy here. So something was finished off, like ended off, ending of a cycle, beginning of something new. But it's interesting because when a cycle ends and a new one begins, it's like we don't necessarily know that that's what's happened until further down the line, when we look back and we can go, oh right, okay, so that's what was happening. But at the time when we're going through it, it's almost like, you know, we're not able to see it because we are in it at that time. It doesn't make sense until further down the road we can take a look back and go, ah, so that's what all that was about. It's not like it comes in with like a fanfare and trumpets and kind of pronouncing that this is the end of the cycle. You know, life would be a lot easier in many ways if it did, but it doesn't. So there could have been this confusion around this energy as well, that something was being finished off, a cycle was being closed out. But as with all cycles, when something ends, something new begins. Or at least we believe it does. But the world can also be about kind of like an upgrading of energy as well. Like when you complete a cycle, it's almost like you move on to the next cycle, and it's like a spiral. It's like spiraling up or spiraling down. It depends which way you're going. But with the world upright, it feels like it was a positive energy, like an upgrading of something. And over the top of the Empress we have the Three of Pentacles. So once again I'm going to put the kind of the Emperor and the Empress energy together, because it feels as though they are just supposed to go together, and this Three of Pentacles in between is kind of saying that, and this could have been family, this could have been the introduction of something else into this dynamic, could have been a child. But this is teamwork, this is doing something together, building on something together, creating something together, making more out of what you've already got. can be business related as well. So it may have been that you were in business together for some of you as well, Virgo. Or worked with this person. Cards keep flying off the table. And in the centre, over your Four of Earth, they have the Hermit energy. So they too were kind of looking for answers here. Again, it kind of reminds me of that light, the attraction, being attracted to that light, that kind of moth to the flame energy again. Although the Hermit energy is kind of about going within, withdrawing. Again, it's that leveling up. I kind of see the Hermit energy as a like graduating, like going beyond something, looking for answers. It can be literally retreating, hiding away from the world. But again, there's a kind of feeling of not seeing what's there. Maybe that's why this person kind of shining a light on it. It's also, I'm seeing this energy here with these wings as very similar to this star that's in this lantern here as well. Like shining a light into the dark places, the places that weren't being observed or acknowledged here. Again, it's that kind of energy of, like I was saying, moth to a flame, like somebody doesn't want to give up, it feels. Somebody doesn't want to give up on it, even though they may have retreated, taken a back step. It feels as though it was being done for a greater reason, a bigger purpose. Like trying to see the depth of it or the reason behind it, the whys. Because over the top of the Four of Cups here, we have the Four of Wands in reverse. And the Seven of Pentacles. So the Four of Rods or the Four of Wands, Four of Fire, is a card of commitment, but not when it's in reverse. When it's in reverse, it's kind of saying that the stability, whatever stability was there, is kind of falling away. It's kind of falling apart. I kind of see this as a mini kind of tower energy in a way when it's in reverse. It's like the stability that you had or that you were building towards or creating with somebody else is kind of being removed, taken away. And with the Seven of Pentacles as well, there's this feeling of like almost like disaster looming, this feeling of like things not going this person's way. There's a real despondency here. If you look at his face, sorry about the glare from these cards. lights changed outside, and it's changing the lights in here as well. So yeah, the Seven of Pentacles is about reaping what you sow, harvesting what you have sown. And so here it feels, it's a sense of like nothing really took root, nothing really, and if it did, it's like he doesn't really want to, or this person doesn't really want to acknowledge that or put their energy into it anymore. They're very despondent, they're very kind of downhearted about all of this. And maybe with this Hermit energy as well, that they're seeing things clearly. Possibly for the first time. I'm kind of realizing the dynamic that the two of you had together. And because of that, they're just kind of ripping it all down, is how it feels with this Four of Rods. It's like they just want to like really get down to the foundations of things, like the structural foundation. That's how it's feeling, like they just want to even take out the foundations, because even the foundations, if the foundations aren't strong, then it's not going to stand, is how it's feeling. And it's like this person is aware of what they're doing, and it's almost like they know that in doing this they're going to, the rewards that they get from it, or the reaping of the harvest, is not going to be satisfying for them. It's not going to give them truly what they want, Virgo, but they have to do this. They have to kind of, it's like going into the depths of their own foundations, their own background, their history, their own history, is how it's coming through. Like really kind of, and this again, this could be your energy, Virgo. It could be theirs, but it's over the top of this Two of Water, Two of Cups in reverse. So maybe it's to do with going right back to the kind of the beginning of where it all started for the two of you. Because it does feel like this person's going very deep within it all. Like really questioning, really seeking answers, really shining a light on it in all the dark places. Even if it's not going to be the result that they want at the end of the day, they're kind of prepared to do this. Because what we have here as well is the Ace of Cups over the top of your High Priestess here. And when the Ace of Cups is in reverse, literally, like there's nothing in that cup. It's like this person's literally emptying it out. They're emptying that cup out. That's how this feels with this Four of Wands, like digging up the foundation, going right back, emptying it out completely, totally. So there's like, it's fully empty of any emotional baggage or background or They just want it fully cleared out. And maybe this is also part of your highs and lows energy here as well, Virgo. This could be, with the Four of Rods there, this could be like a long-term commitment that's being reevaluated, cleared out, cleaned out. Some of you, you could also be parents, you could be mother and father here. So there is more than just yourselves. So why is the Ten of Cups here, please, for Virgo? Sun, Moon, Venus and rising energy of Virgo. Why is the Ten of Cups here? Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups for Virgo. Sun, Moon, Venus rising. Oh, too many. Too many. Wow. Wow. Okay, so the first three is the King of Swords, the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords in reverse. That is a lot of air energy. A lot of So again, you've got the King and the Queen. The Queen is in reverse, but you've got all the same suit. And you've got the Page in between, which could for some of you be the child that I was kind of picking up on as well. For some of you there is a child who's kind of in the middle here. For some it could also be, the Page of Swords can be an energy of needing to know, wanting answers. But overall it feels like an energy of really like a coldness. It feels like a cold, harsh winter wind, in fact, is how it's coming through. Like this cold wind that's blowing. It's kind of like a, and it's over the top of this Ten of Water. Your Ten of Water. Your happiness here. And then there's all this. Maybe it's stress, anxiety, conflict again, arguments, disagreements, competition. For some of you, it could be fighting over a child. We also have the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Rods here as well. Two of Pentacles, that kind of backwards, forwards energy, not knowing which way to turn, what's the right thing to do. For me, the Two of Pentacles always represents a kind of past and the future. Moving out of the past, moving into the future. It can also represent kind of trying to keep a lot of things in the air. It could have something like a lot of plates juggled at the same time, like trying to keep up with everything, which is a lot of stress and a lot of, I was saying, stress and anxiety. Swords is of the mind, so a lot of it is to do with the mental faculties. Too much thinking, overthinking, thinking and thinking and thinking and then thinking again. Kind of thinking yourself into a negative place as well with this Queen of Swords here. Like shutting down again is how it feels. Like a shutting down energy. Not wanting to, what's the word that just went through my head? Not wanting to, not just communicate, but not wanting to participate. Well, then we have the Three of Rods here as well, in reverse. It feels like a lot of emotional trauma, or turmoil should I say, because this person, if you look there, there's boat in the back, which is kind of like in those stormy waters, kind of riding the waves of those stormy waters. And then the Three of Wands is very much about the boats coming in. It's like seeing your rewards coming in, like you know, patiently waited and the rewards are coming to you, or something is coming in for you to create something with, take a risk with even. But when it's in reverse, it kind of feels as though that, you know, that boat is not also, that boat isn't the right boat. There's actually two boats there as well. And boats for me represent life. It is like life itself. I see the boat as life itself. But there is something about this energy of this boat, this kind of stormy waters, and then this kind of place of hanging on, well, not necessarily hanging on, but it feels like somebody actually making a decision to do the opposite of hanging on, of moving away from that opportunity, not wanting to take that risk, not wanting to see whether or not things turn out okay. Which is interesting, because over the top of your Four of Water, as everything kind of plunges downwards for you, Virgo, as I say, these kind of highs and lows, which I feel that you're going through because of this situation. This person is moving into a situation of the sun shining and feeling a sense of completion, a sense of satisfaction. And it could be for some of you, this could also be legacy. For some of you, this could be could be that moving on, moving forward with the sun here, a sense of freedom, being able to be yourself, support your family, not needing anybody else's input. For some of you, it could also be a sense of getting the result that you're looking for, the happiness that you've been seeking. I mean, the Ten of Pentacles and the Sun together are amazing cards to get at the end of a reading together for this person. I mean, it is absolutely kind of like, you know, soaked in everything, like happiness, a wonderful outcome, a wonderful future, joy, light, loving life, and having the I don't just want to say monetary funds, because it's not just about them, but financial support. For some of you, this could actually be separation. Separation and, like I was saying, like legacy here as well, supporting your family. But no matter what happens, you're still going to support their needs for them. So let's see. But it is, I mean, for yourself, Virgo, it doesn't feel like a particularly nice ending. With the Four of Water. But it is kind of saying to me, like, go deeper. Go deeper, look deeper, look beyond. And maybe that does bring this happiness. Maybe because you've also got enjoyment card come out here as well. And the enjoyment card is literally saying striving and pushing makes life into endless hard work. The more you're inviting love to take over, the more enjoyment comes. Allow me to enjoy this life, dear Lord. Universe, source, creative energy, whichever you prefer. But that is literally this card. These two cards rolled into this. So maybe it's like a wake-up call. Maybe that's exactly what you kind of go through, this wake-up, because as I was saying, it was like the words, you never know what you've lost, or you never know what you've got until you've lost it, until it's gone. And maybe that's also what this Three of Rods energy is about. Although it is in reverse. So let's see what the Angel Oracle cards would like to say to you, Virgo. Oh, that's interesting. We got this one earlier today for Leo. You've just got exactly the same card. Guardian Angel. Literally just fell out. So that's twice. So maybe you should go and look at the Leo reading, love reading as well, because you might find more insight in that reading as well. It may make more sense with this reading. So everyone has a guardian angel who has been with them since their soul's creation. Now your guardian angel is drawing closer to you than ever. This angel guide knows you, loves you, and accepts you completely. Before your incarnation on earth, you danced across the stars together. If you're feeling overwhelmed or alone at this time, know that your angel guide is with you to share their love and make you feel safe. Maybe that's also what this is about. As I was saying, it's kind of something being shown you or offered to you. Do you want to take another, like a look into this crystal ball? Maybe this is your angel guide here. You never walk this path alone. Angels are always there to light the way. This card is a huge reminder that you always have their help, support and companionship available to you. You are you are an independent soul and often find yourself trying to do everything on your own. But know that even just a quick prayer to your guardian angel can take away some of that pressure. Your angel wants to hear more from you. In order to support you fully, they must be invited to do so. But then, no request is too much. Your angel guide was made for you and is dedicated to you. Take some time today for an easy and informal conversation with them. Speak openly and in a heartfelt way about your life, any challenges you are facing and anything you need help with. Through that conversation, their help will find its way to you. When you draw this card, they want you to know they are with you. So the same card twice. That's very interesting. So I'm going to leave it there, Virgo, and say that I hope it has been of some help to you. I hope if you've learned anything from it that you will give it a thumbs up for me. If you like it, could you thumbs it up for me as well, please, because it really helps me to grow my channel. It helps to get the algorithms to pick it up. It's one of the reasons YouTube creators are always saying thumbs up our videos, please, because it does make a huge difference to the algorithms. And also it can put it onto other people's channels and it can become recommended and other people can come back and check my channel out. Thank you for those of you who have liked my videos. I do really appreciate it. And thank you very much to those of you who have subscribed to my channel already. If you haven't, please could you also do that. There is a subscribe button for you to just press. It will come up with a bell and then you can decide whether or not you want to watch the videos as and when I put them out. Also, there is a playlist that you may be interested in. It has all my videos on it. I do all the full moon, the new moon, both tarot and astrology. I also do all of the zodiac signs as well. I haven't been around for a while. I have been explaining myself through the other videos about this, but I've had a 3-month Saturn, Mercury, Mars square happen. The last video I did, in fact, before then was the conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter, that big conjunction that took place, and then it kind of hit my Mars and my Mercury almost instantly and everything just stopped. So that's why I haven't been around, but I am back now and I am doing videos on a more regular basis. So please thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would really love to have you here. So Virgo, with all that being said, please also take really good care of yourselves. Oh, before I forget, because I'm really bad at doing all of this, you can, if you want to, leave me a comment. It is really nice to know, get some feedback and see how my videos are being received by people out there. And also sharing my videos as well with anybody who you think may benefit from this at this time. And with all that being said, again, thank you for listening, Virgo. Please take good care of yourself and hopefully I'll see you again soon.